I'm going to give you fair warning. I'll be going live in 3 seconds, just because I don't want you to be surprised.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, when we go live.
I like the surprise pop. So,
so welcome back to another episode. We're doing the DACATHON, so it's a little bit different. This isn't our normal with Cottrell and Jimmy D show, but that's exciting because we get to hang out with other people. So my new kind of friend, Greg, I guess kind of new. I've known you for I don't know, a couple months. We've met, hung out a couple times. That was cool. I kind of feel like you're an old soul friend though, because I consider Corey a good friend, and any friend of Corey's is a friend of mine. Michael, who is here, a lot this week. I don't even know if he works because kind of seems like he's always here.
You talked about your day job. This is my day job.
And of course, our good friend, Any Observation, Anders is joining us.
He's the man who does all the real work.
Yeah.
I pretend to do all the real work.
So we got a pretty cool show for you today. Corey's tied up. He's busy doing stuff in the real world, so he'll be back.
He's actually in the comments, so he's driving and commenting while he's driving. He's on his way up here from South Florida, so I get to
that is a pro tip for everyone. If you are driving a car, always comment on the internet.
Yeah, always connect to your live stream and comment.
He's dropped a stream of consciousness audio clips into the Telegram today, and it's hilarious.
Oh God! He's just gonna flood us with voice messages, right?
Yeah, he's actually driving up this way this morning, so I get to see Corey, and we're gonna wave at each other from our cars at Starbucks in about an hour or so. So I'm pretty excited. I get to see my buddy Corey today. Been a while.
We're telling him to keep on boogieing up 95 for a few more hours. And,
right? Yeah, I can't disclose where they're off to today, but they're getting some much needed. Corey and Michelle time. So
we're gonna hold down the fort. And Greg, I know you're super excited about this because you recently found your new passion in making your first NFTs ever. So you're going to kind of give us the new perspective on how to go about making an NFT, because it's really not that hard. It's not that difficult, right? And now it's pretty hard to make a sweet ass NFT, but it's not that hard to make an NFT. So I guess we'll be the judge of whether yours are sweet ass or not. But we do have some sweet ass NFTs to show off from both Shipples, and Anders, of course, who is an NFT madman, is here. Yep. Which hopefully after that we'll get to talk about all the cool NFTs that he's been doing. Some of them, for fun, some of them for monetization purposes, and of course USA Michael, who joins us for the technical aspects. Hopefully, can give us a rundown of some more complicated NFTs and some really cool things that you can do with them. And if you haven't figured this out, you're on a stream with people who are associated with people who do really cool stuff with NFTs. And as you all know, Uplift, the Uplift world is quite directly associated with Uplift Art, and Uplift Art being the first music video NFT in complete that was ever dropped on the blockchain, on any blockchain. That's kind of
cool.
So,
Elon Musk can jump in, but we were first. Is the idea there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and there have been others that have jumped in. So Deadmau5, he did an NFT series, but they were just mini music clips, I think. Who was the other one? Kings of Leon. I think they just released a whole album on Ethereum. So I think this is going to be a big thing. These people are going to be releasing these things. But yeah, we were first, and with the the Bitcoin anthem and the Bitcoin bull, and so it's kind of dear to our hearts. So,
and the Bitcoin bull song, I walk around, I'm not the bubble, I'm the pin. It's not the gratitude song that I walk around humming to myself. It's that one, because that was the first one I heard. So yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, so I'm nervous because Anders is one of the NFT kings and does tutorials on this stuff, and I just offered to come on this morning because I didn't want Jimmy to be alone. So you guys are going to watch me make my third ever NFT. It's not like I'm some sort of whiz bang, I know everything about it person.
When you just watch it work like it's supposed to,
right? The first couple I minted, I forgot to put I forgot to put mint numbers on them because I didn't use the schema things, so they're just kind of random NFTs. But the last one I made was the one with Corey needs more cowbell or needs more sea lantern, like the Will Ferrell one. So I have a couple of those to give away this morning, and I have a couple to give away from our friend Bull Shipples, who's a pretty accomplished NFT maker. So you're going to get some choice quality stuff from those guys and some crap from me. So that's how this is going to go this morning.
Yeah, so as always, share this around, hopefully on YouTube, and drop your wax addresses in the comments, and we'll try to ship some out later.
Yes, please. All right, so I guess I need to share my screen out here, right? That's now. See, this is how unused to doing this kind of stuff I am. It shows the wax account that shows up at the top. That's not a problem. That's not a security problem, is it?
You have your wax account in your Telegram handle, so I don't think it's an issue.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
it's blockchain. It's all out there.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not being a dummy because this is actually not my wax account. This is the Shippletopia wax account, which you guys are going to be hearing a lot more about in the next little while here. But we have a custom one now. We're fancy like Anders, so you just Shippletopia is our wax account for charitable contributions. So that's pretty exciting. But anyway, okay, so I'm in the NFT creator.
Just to say, Greg, because maybe people might not know what Shipple is and what Shippletopia is and how this connects to. Do you want to give just a quick backstory on Shipple and an NFT thing?
I will tell you everything that I'm authorized to tell you, which won't take long. Shipple was a shitcoin joke token that Corey created about 2.5 years ago to make fun of Ripple, which was like a billionaire boys club kind of coin that everybody was some people were passing around, and he wanted to sort of democratize that. So he created Shipple as a joke on that, just kind of to write a white paper to prove that he could make a coin, and he did. And he handed me a bunch of it, and I apparently accidentally fell into the very first use case for Shipple because it wasn't on any of the exchanges and it had no value, but people wanted it. You know how people they grab up all those little airdrop coins hoping that one of them moons. So a lot of people were trying to can I get some Shipple? Where can I get some Shipple? Just like they're when can I get into the uplift? Corey's really good at creating that demand, that buy pulse. So I got mad about all the questions about that one night, and I said, I'll tell you what. I have a bunch of it. So if you go out right now and you donate to your local food bank or your local homeless shelter, and you come back in here and you post a picture of the receipt, I'll give you 100,000 Shipple. And we raised $700 for charity, local charities all over America that night. And it was a revelatory moment for me about how you could use this, what I considered then fake money to do good in the real world. And it made us all feel really good. So Shipple, it was sort of became that. We had meme contests every week. We designated local charities or local efforts like paying off school lunch debt for a bunch of kids, and we got a guide dog for somebody that needed a veteran that needed a guide dog, and so we became sort of the Shipple Flying Circus charity arm became a thing. And Bull Shipples, whose work you're going to see this morning, he was a big part of the meme culture of that group. And he really loved and believed in the charity idea. So when he found out about the uplift, he decided to come on board. And I can't tell you too much more right now, but he is joining forces with Chicken Ka in a big way, and is going to develop a really amazing thing for us in Chicken Ka and for the uplift in general. And so we're going to be modeling what Uplift Art has done, where we're going to create a revenue stream for charities that we identify, local charities that need help, charities that don't rise above the visibility horizon of big stuff, little local community activities and problems that are being addressed. And Shippletopia is where that fund is going to live. We're going to have a charitable fund, and we're gonna donate money to it. We're going to generate and revenue we generate from Chicken Ka. A good portion of it, we haven't decided the percentage yet, but a good portion of it will go into this fund that we can then make decisions to help local people do amazing things in their community. So that's the Shippletopia thing, and it's Bull Shipples, Martian Bull Shipples, goes by Marty, that is making that possible for us. And I can't say any more about what's going to happen, but it's going to be nuts. It's going to be really amazing and crazy, and we're super excited about it. So,
I mean, overall, that's pretty awesome. So for some of you who might not know, I've been in the Uplift Nation community. Like when Uplift Nation first started, like almost as a co-founder, like since the beginning. And that was kind of the general idea, was to be able to provide this platform or this space where anyone could just come in and, be able to raise or get, funding for certain charities. But it was a little bit difficult with all the regulations, right? Which is kind of why Uplift Art ported towards, holding events and then, donating to like legit charities rather than bringing those charities on board, like onto the blockchain itself, right? So it's really cool to see like something like this where you guys now are going to, because I know you're a grassroots level kind of guy in your hometown and your community. So it's really good to see that you're going to actually bring this to the grassroots level and be able to, model that, as you say, and help people in the local community, help people. I think that's really cool. And I hope that other people, take notice of this and realize that this can be done like everywhere, in every country of the world, all across the world, right? And we can actually use these NFTs for good and these cryptocurrency things for good and give people a better life because of it in multiple ways.
And when MBlue says win-win-win, this is exactly what I think of, that we're not destroying resources or disadvantaging people. We are making money, we are supporting the arts, and we are doing good in our communities. That seems like the best possible combination, and we're having fun doing it. We're building crazy shit in Minecraft too, so I'm in.
So all right. The minute you pulled the screen up, I started the timer to see how long it was actually going to take you to make it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We're already on 10 minutes, so apparently.
Well, that's because I've been talking the whole time. So, all right, but the first thing I want to show you is, like, I'm doing screen caps in Minecraft that are huge, right? They're PNG files, and there's a max size limit, for photos or for images, and so I've been just going to a random reduceimages.com site and reducing. You put the image in here, you tell it what you want the output to be.
Do you know what you can do here, Greg?
Yes.
You can go to pinjata.cloud and you can upload it directly to IPFS, and you can have as large pictures as you want.
Do we need to pay them for that service?
No, 1 gigabyte of storage is free, and 1
Holy
gigabyte
crap.
of JPEG is a lot of JPEGs.
Yeah, you need to get me the. Yes. Shoot me a link for that. So I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, I know about IPFS, but thought it was a thing you had to pay for. So
that's the whole point of IPFS, is you don't have to pay for it.
Wow.
Michael will host it for everyone.
Right.
And Jimmy,
IPFS nodes. That's true. This is true.
Jimmy, you want to check your DM on Telegram? There is a link that you can share in the chat. If you share this link in the chat, that will be a claim link to an NFT that could only be achieved through an AMA I just had on WeChat. To get this, there is 2 underscores in the link. You have to exchange those 2 underscores to the exact characters that are, and they are 2 capital letters. They can be any capital letters in any order. They are 2 capital letters. So there are 2 underscores. You just take the link, change the underscores to 2 capital letters, and someone in the chat will be able to claim this.
Those underscores.
That's the game.
I'm already so confused right now.
Those underscores are side by side, yes?
Yes.
Okay, got it. And it's going to chat.
Basically, Anders took a link that's a bunch of random characters. It's a URL, and then he blanked out 2 of the characters, and the game is to guess which of those 2 is. And when you guess, you get the NFT. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you get a free NFT if you manage to solve the puzzle.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Well,
what Anders has figured out how to do is get everybody in the world to DDoS the atomic drop page, smashing it in with invalid request.
Yeah.
All right. So from the Atomic Assets front page, at the top here, there's Explorer Market Trading, and then see the little NFT creator. We're going to click on that. And we're going to make an NFT. So we're going to create a new collection. And honestly, guys, if I get this wrong, please make sure that you correct me so I do this correct. Add a collection photo. Do I need to do that? Really? Is that important? Because I only really downsized 2 photos to get me started.
You want to have a collection photo, and that is like your brand photo.
Let's see.
Right. Almost like the cover.
Right.
Like your logo or your face, or Corey's face is a good one.
Yeah.
Or that sea lantern.
Let's go.
I don't. Yeah.
Let's go with I feel the need for more sea lanterns. We'll call this We'll call this. What do we want to call this? We want to call this Uplifters Random. No, I can't go. It can't be that big.
And it can't be a capital letter, I think, in that one.
Well,
in the one below, it can be. This has to be 12 characters, or you have to have a special account.
Welcome to EOS IO.
Yeah, it's the same settings as having a custom account.
Okay, collection description. Greg fails at making NFTs live. Here we go.
I don't know. I think you're doing all right.
What do you guys think we do for market fee? Do we? How would you determine what you should do for that?
Well, I think it depends on the type of collection that you're trying to make, right? Are you making something just to give away and have fun, or are you making something to, like,
Most offers use 2 to 5%. Most big collections use 6 to 10%, and the Cabal has 15%.
All right. Well, we're gonna go 5% here because Jimmy's time is worth it. So that's what we're doing. All right. Do I need to do anything in advanced details, guys?
No, but you can add other accounts that can create NFTs for you.
Oh, nice. Okay, I see. All right.
Hey, Anders, I got a question. Can you limit those NFT creations to certain NFTs? To what level of granularity can you delegate out rights to create NFTs?
I think it's a one or zero in a collection, so it's either you can or you can't.
So it's by collection, right? It's not by
exactly.
or even template.
No, by collection.
Yeah, that's what I was asked on that, and I couldn't remember exactly what the framework was.
Okay, so Greg, you want to, because I think people might get confused about this part of it. This part is a little bit more difficult. So
I get confused about this part of it. So basically, just name the schema. So when we go back and looking for it, I would want some sort of a protocol or a Greg 1, Greg 2, Greg 3 kind of collections, or what they're specifically for. But I just kind of named this one Uplifters NFT because I didn't know what else you're going to do with it.
Yeah, so a schema can be seen as like, let's say, I usually use Counter-Strike Go because it's simple to understand. I can use also Nike. So the schema could be shoes, it could be T-shirts, it could be sweaters.
So you'll kind of code it to know what you're looking at.
Exactly. It's almost like what fields are going to be available for all of the same type of cards. Like we talked about, there's land and there's rails in Uplift. Those were the two main, I think, schemas we came up with. Rails have their own sets of properties, and land obviously have theirs.
I'm just going to call this schema Uplift Picks because I feel like in the future, people that do screenshots of their builds and stuff might end up in this collection, right? I can see Corey's taking just tons of screenshots now, and it would be really cool to see some of those end up in this kind of thing. So attributes, we want to have its name, we want text, we want an image. Why do we need oh, I see. That's just the we don't really need any other attributes for these, right? But
it could be nice with the description or info or something.
Well, that's what the text is, isn't it?
Exactly. Text can be anything.
Right. Okay. So we have that already. We're good there. Right.
No, you don't.
No,
because right now you have name, so that's the name.
Right.
Greg's pyramid is the name.
Okay.
And then we have image, and that's the image address, the IPFS.
Oh, so if I want to add more text, I need another.
Exactly. Then you need to have an attribute name to the left there. So that one should be like info or description or Michael's face or whatever you want to have there. And that will be on everything. Usually you want to do, I have done that mistake and use a capital letter because I do that, but you see the one above, they don't have that. So usually they do not have that because they are like a lot of programs are sensitive to that. So you have to use lowercase. And if you don't want to use that one, you should remove it.
All right. Are there other attributes I need? Do I need an integer number? What is an integer number? What would that be?
Well, an integer is a number.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, what is it in the context of what we're doing? Why would I put one in there?
If you want a data system to use that number for something.
Like for instance, it's a data type is what I think it's asking you is if you want to add a field, what type of field is it? Is it a text field? Is it a number field? Is it some other type
Computers
of field?
are stupid, and this is a way for other computers to understand what kind of information you have given it.
Okay. Well, I'm asking you guys, do I need to do that for this
No.
NFT that we're creating? Okay.
So yes,
there we go.
Yeah.
So that's the schema. It's going to include the name, which is written in text. It's the image, which is an image, and information about the NFT, which will be text. And it's going to be its attributes, right?
Yes. So then you just create the schema.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Do that. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we got the schema done. Now we're going to go to the asset, right?
Yeah.
Do we need a template?
The template. You want a template. If you want mint numbers, you have to.
That's what I've been getting wrong. That's what I got wrong in the first ones I did. Okay.
So if we go back to the Nike example, the schema is shoes, and the template will be a type of shoes, like Jordan.
Okay. So
perhaps they also sell ballet shoes, and then that would be another template.
Yeah, of course, ballet shoes.
Right.
The other
Nike,
thing, if I'm right, I believe if I recall right, that ultimately the markets tend to group the templates as like equivalent items. So whenever establishing a market, base price, median price, mean, whatever. If you have a separate template for every card, it's almost like in the market's mind, they're all 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But if they're all of the same template, like rails, they're all the same rails template, then all of the rails would be considered the same in the market space. Or for other instance, if we said there was a template for intersections, a template for turns, and a template for straightaways, it would say, well, all of the intersections are the same market, but don't take into account the price directly for the straight lines, because they're not really one-to-one. So when thinking through it, kind of this layering of collection, which is the kind of big bucket, schema, which defines what type of data and kind of groups them together as well, and then templates underneath it, which are similar, and much more replicatable.
Okay.
You just bang, issue another one.
Okay. So, I've got, that was way too confusing for me because I was trying to do this at the same time.
Yeah.
Let
me try to make it in as a short
I'm trying to
possible.
Get us through the process of making a damn NFT. That's all we need to know this morning. I needed now. So, but the template, does that need yet another image?
This is the image you want to create. So the collection is the brand.
Right.
The schema is the type of asset.
Okay.
The template is the asset.
What's going to go on the NFT goes in the image box here.
Exactly.
Okay. Good thing I actually...
I think what you did earlier, when you put that image in earlier, I think that will show up on Atomic Hub under the collection, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
The little icon, like what you see in your Telegram icon.
Okay, so that's the image that I want on the NFT. Boy, I should have edited that because it's got the Windows taskbar at the top edge of it. It's not
really nice image though.
Yeah. Maybe I should take a minute and
You're okay with this? Take a minute and edit it, and we'll go through a couple questions that we have in the comments.
All right.
Yeah. One question I saw is the 2 images type. Was that the one you were going to ask?
Yeah, I was going to ask that, and I was also going to ask the one if you could repeat the name of that JPEG site that you mentioned, Anders.
Yeah. Okay. So pinata.cloud. I guess
PINATA.
Yeah, Pinata. Yeah, exactly. Pinata.cloud. I can link it also in.
I'll just put it like that. Pinata.cloud. There you go. Just drop it. There you go, and you should be able to search for that. And yeah, so the other one I think that was a good question as well was if you add 2 images, where do you upload them? I'm not exactly sure what that question means. I'm kind of wondering if they mean.
Yeah, I understand what they mean. So And right now, Greg, there is an issue because you uploaded an image and then it disappeared, and then you want to do it again. So I think you will have to go back. So close. And you can just go back, and then you go into create the template again, because when you uploaded the first image, the system thinks you want to use that, and then you removed it, and then it's stupid.
There we go.
Yeah. So okay, so you use the tags attributes, and you need to use the same type of tags for all the sites to understand what type of information you provide. So you have IMG, not EMG.
Right.
That E is I in Swedish, so that's why. So gotcha. IMG. And then if you want to use another image, perhaps a backside or a second image, usually they use back IMG. So back image. Because if you add that, you will also have a field here that can accept another image, and you do not upload that one here. You have to add a second link to that. So you can use Pinata Cloud, or you can use a web server or whatever.
See. Okay.
That makes sense. I would always use something like Pinata Cloud. There are more services, but that one is so easy to use. So you just copy paste that hash that looks the same, and then it works.
And I do believe Atomic Assets, according to what Jonah said the last time we talked to him, they're actually working on optimizing the fronts and backs of the NFTs to make this a little bit easier. So we were actually going to have Jonah come on and do a rundown, and he said it'd be better if you wait until we optimize it, because we're really working hard to get it so that it's a little bit easier. I'm not really sure what that entails, but I'm guessing it just means that you don't have to. I'm guessing it means that everything will be on one page, but I'm not positive about that.
Okay, so the name is Generios in the uplift world. This is where I just want to say
whatever you want to call it.
Okay, I'll tell you the name. So Big G, ENER, Big EOS, small ITY, space, big I for island.
Should it be EOS as big, right? Because right now OS is small. Should that also be?
EOS should be big. Sorry, Greg. EOS should be big.
So 3 capital letters there. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And if anyone wonders, if you make a mistake here and you create the template, you can't change it. You have to make a new one, and you have a broken template in your collection.
And that's awesome that you use that, Greg. I'm pretty shocked by that and surprised, and thank you. That's really cool.
In the uplift world, built by Jimmy D.
The D. So we all got the D now, right?
That's what we got. So max supply. How many of these you want, Jimmy?
Let's make
1 million.
Jimmy?
Yeah, let's. Well, I don't know. Are we going to give some away today?
I mean, we can.
Yeah, let's make 18. Done. 18. I like
18.
It. Everyone goes with 21 because there's 21 million Bitcoins, but most of them are lost, so there's probably only 18 left, and I really like the number 8. Kind of stands for.
So that's it, right? We hit create template. We're good to go here, right?
Yes. Okay. You might want to understand the 2 boxes in the top right corner. Asset can be transferred. Asset can be burnt.
Right.
You have to make sure they are as you want them.
Okay.
But that's an interesting aspect of NFTs while we're on that topic, is that, if you wanted to issue an NFT that somebody couldn't particularly give or sell to somebody else, it's more when you get issued
like that when you make it.
You are who you are. Non-transferable is one of those ticks.
Yeah.
Okay. So now they should be in the inventory, correct?
Yeah. No, they are not. You just created a template right now. So you can go to NFT Creator now. Or you can just click back there. So you will see the collection.
I love that one so much.
You can go and view, and then you go down. You will see there is a schema. So you can press it.
Got it.
And down here, you will press Mint New Asset. In the middle. The big thing in the middle. Mint Asset. Scroll down.
Am I really missing this?
Yes.
Oh, Mint New Asset.
And then you see the template. You just yeah, before you press, okay, it's okay.
Okay.
I just want to do. You can untick it again if you want to. I just want to show people.
Sure,
you see, if you scroll down, you will see no information is anywhere. So you could just mint and whatever you want here, but that will never have a template. That will never have a mint because they always use the template.
Gotcha.
But if you just choose the template, all the information will be filled, and it will be the same for everyone in the future.
Okay.
So if you make 1,000 NFTs, you don't want to fill out the information 1,000 times. You want to do it once.
Okay. See, when I asked how many he wanted to make, I was thinking that was going to be the number of actual NFTs we made. But you could basically max out. We will only ever make 10,000 of these, and you could mint them then 100 at a time, or so.
Now there will never be more than 18 of these.
All right, that's good. That's value. So we want to put 18 here, right?
Yeah, and it says 10, but it's okay. Because they have locked this to only create 10 at a time, but they made mistakes. So if you just write 18 here, and then you hit the create asset, and then you read the bottom, do you see copies? It says 18, you see?
Yep, I see it. Okay,
so you can mint more than 10. It's just a trick.
All right, here we go.
Have you found the theoretical maximum yet, Anders, or
99? So here it says that, okay, you need more RAM to create these. So what you need to do is you need to buy RAM. So
how much you guys think I should put in there? I only have 15
probably one wax is enough, to be honest.
Oh goodness, okay, that's easy enough.
And that was one thing Yates talked about yesterday on the show, was that the way the atomic assets work is that when you create NFTs, the account creating it is actually what's storing that on the blockchain. So that's why you ran out of RAM, is there wasn't.
Gotcha.
You didn't have enough room on the blockchain to store all that information.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so now they'll be in the inventory, right?
Yes, if you send it to yourself. Because you could have minted it to someone else as well, right?
Right, okay. Well, there we go. Look at that. We have created NFTs.
That's awesome.
Yes. Where does it show our mint number? Oh, calculating.
Yeah.
It's still working that out.
Yeah, what it does, it takes the template and the timestamp, and it knows which one was first. That's the basic information.
So
they might probably use the you see the long hash that is the ID, and then use that for the mint number.
I see.
Template. Yeah, but it's the same thing as a timestamp.
So 87 is probably going to end up being number 1 because that's the stamp, right? Yeah. Okay, so we made NFTs. And it only took us half of the show.
But I think it's good. Like, even you learned some stuff, right? Like,
I did.
You learned, and so that was good. Like, you had the gist on how to do it, but it was nice to have Anders here. So, Anders, one more question, if you don't mind. Crown Landy asked, is there a way to delete the template if it was a mistake? I'm assuming so, but I don't know that either.
You cannot delete collection templates or schemas because they are all immutable data.
Okay.
Oh, I got to do this differently. All right, I'm gonna stick with that. I have another image.
Greg, what you should do is you should go to pinata.cloud just to show people how easy it is, and we set you up on the spot.
All right. Pinata.cloud. Let's see.
Yeah. PINAT.
I know what a pinata is.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I want to spell it with 2 N's sometimes. Sign up, top right corner. Yes, go.
It's about that. That's when you pull out the stick and you start beating people with it.
Yeah, hide this so you don't. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, but my connection was getting really bad there.
Did your nodes disconnect?
All internet here sucks, but yeah, I should probably go and check.
I'm a big fan. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyone reading the chat? I posted a link. Okay, the link disappeared. I'm not allowed to post a link. I give it to Jimmy, and he can post it. It's just 1 underscore now if anyone wants to claim it.
Okay.
Because people failed.
It's not showing up yet. I'm looking. Oh, yeah. There it is. There it is.
You should probably hide this window until you're done. I don't know
probably
if
so.
You will accidentally show something sensitive.
All right, I'm confirmed. Okay, we're good.
What's that Minecraft thing you got going on there? I never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
So they remade this page a few weeks ago, which makes everything so easy. So just hit plus upload here. And you can use a file. And then you click. They want you to click. They don't want you to drag. I don't know why.
Okay.
Press upload again, and then in the middle of the screen, just press so file. Yes, and then click to upload in the above middle of the screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The big thing. All right. The problem is that I didn't edit this one yet.
Yeah, but you can delete it afterwards.
Okay.
So then you can have a custom name for pin, and that is for your own sake. So you just skip that, but that is okay. That is for you to, like, if you want a custom name, to remember what it is.
I got you.
And now you see a few things that is important to understand. You see the IPFS CID. That is the code. This is the one that you copy paste into Atomic Hub if you want an image.
Right.
So
okay.
If you just copy that and go here and just create a new template. You don't have to finalize it, just to show the image will appear here. So if you scroll down and in the image, you just copy paste the hash.
Nice.
And it will. Well, right now it's looking at the IPFS to find the image, and right now it found it. So the image is there, it is found. So that's how easy you do it. And if you go back to the Pinata Manager, there is one more very important aspect.
Okay.
In the most right side of that link below, it says currently pinned, and it says pinned.
Okay.
An IPFS image has to be pinned somewhere to always exist.
Okay. So you just make sure that pinned is the status.
Yeah, and this is why IPFS, if you have a lot of information, it will start to cost, because you will have to make sure you either host it yourself or you have a service that does this, and it will exist here.
That's fantastic, because Sue's been making some videos of Chicken Ka, and we want to be able to make NFTs out of those. So this is a really handy thing for us to know. I thought we had to go buy a bunch of space to do IPFS right off the top. So
yeah,
so that's good.
And you can, like, if you go, I think there is a pricing page somewhere. I don't think it's expensive at all to buy more storage here. Fantastic.
Well, guess who's getting a bookmark today? Yeah, definitely. All right, excellent. Okay, so that's all it needs, right? And then we just will do the rest of it like we normally would.
Yeah, but right now we're in the minting. We're not in creating a template,
right?
So you would want to go back.
I knew that,
because otherwise you would not get a mint number. So you go to the bottom and then create template. But this one had the white border, or did you fix that as well?
No, I didn't get a chance to. So let's not do it today. Let's just now we know how to do it using the IPFS. So that's good. That's all I wanted to show everybody, Jimmy, was just that it's not rocket surgery.
No, you did an awesome job, actually.
I mean, if I can make these, any knucklehead can. I feel so fancy. I can make NFTs. I have a custom Shipletopia Wax account now for our charitable stuff. And thank you, Anders, and also for NFT Nick helped me last night get through the process of setting up the custom account. I found that before I found Anders' link this morning, but he was right there this morning to show me a tutorial on how to get it done. So I appreciate. Hey, this is a community, right? This is how this works. We're all going to bootstrap each other into being able to do cool stuff for and in the uplift world, and that's uplift. There's a reason that it's called that.
So now that you got some NFTs,
I
guess I should start giving some away here, huh?
Yeah, you can start firing them out.
You got a delay. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I do. My internet sucks. Sorry, I'll just sit back. What I was going to do is that there's now that you got some NFTs, there's services out there. One that we run that helps folks kind of shoot some of these NFTs out if they want. Bounty Block has one that'll do airdrops and.
Oh, nice.
So anyway, there are these layer two tools that are kind of popping up, and we're all developing them. So,
like you can sort of schedule a drop to a certain place on the internet, kind of thing.
Yeah. So, of course, a lot of things we can base it off of is things like, we're doing Alien World. So as people mine on certain lands and we see it on the blockchain, we then can trigger different NFT drops or rewards. Crownlandia does some, or Crown, I guess it's in Crown, but they do custom NFTs, some wax, some Crown tokens.
Right.
So, like I say, once you kind of have your collections and have your ideas, a lot of times, you know, just like NFTs, it's not exactly like walking in the park. So just there are people out there to help you do the nerd stuff for you. But of course, the first thing is, you know, create your NFTs, get your art, get your thing, focus on what you do, and then know that there's some extra
people out doing the other stuff. Right now, Jimmy, what is your wax account, Jimmy? Where am I want to send mint number 1 to you here.
Thank you. Kansai Crypto with a K and a K, KANSAI KRYPTO.
And for anyone that wants to replay, you can always go and watch this. But I also have a tutorial. The best one, the latest one, is called How to Mint NFTs on EOS, because it is the exact same thing as Wax. Just the Wax is easier because the wallet is way easier to manage.
Hey, but Anders, if you drop that, I can put it in the comments as well.
Yeah, okay. I will find it. I shared it today.
All right. So, who else?
Sorry, just a sec, Greg. I know Anders uses Bounty Block as well, but one of the things that I kind of want to mention with the Uplift world and Uplift Art. Uplift Art actually developed, we developed our own tool that allows us to look inside people's accounts, and don't freak out, it's blockchain. Michael will tell you, that's what it was built for. It allows us to look inside of people's accounts and see what they hold, and actually target people with specific assets. So we keep getting this question in the Telegram channel, and we used to in Uplift Art as well. But one of the things that Uplift Art, I think, and the Uplift world did that's quite unique that a lot of other projects didn't, was we created these Genesis NFTs. And the Genesis NFTs were NFTs that were either given away to the community, in the case of Uplift Art early on by registering for the email list, or in the case of the Uplift world, they were minted and purchased on Atomic Hub. And with those NFTs, we keep saying, you know, there's more than just, you know, the probes. These NFTs will hold value long into the future. And this is how they will hold value long into the future, because we developed this tool that we're able to actually look inside the blockchain, see who holds them, even down to what mint numbers. So like we can target like the first 10 mint numbers, or even odd mint numbers if we want, whatever we want. And then that will allow us to drop other, you know, goods and NFTs to those accounts that are holding them, right? So 2 things, we talked about this yesterday. If you're staking those Genesis NFTs from either of those projects into something like Our Planet, you're not going to get those rewards, because essentially, you know, a little bit different, but you're not really holding that Genesis key in your account, right? But it's the same thing if you're not holding the keys, right? Like you're not, like, think of it like Binance or something, right? Like usually Binance is pretty good. If a coin forks or something like that, you'll get the forked coin, but they don't have to do it, right? So there's a lot of exchanges that don't do it. And it's the same thing. If you're staking these NFTs to another project, then you're not going to get those. So make sure that you're holding those Genesis NFTs, if you're in the Uplift Art and the Uplift World communities, in your accounts, because those are gonna, you know, you might get posters, you might get random lots. I don't know what's coming next, really. But yeah,
you might get a random audio message from Corey from Telegram that we made into an NFT. It can happen.
Dude, Corey, we so need to mint random audio Corey messages.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it already. All right. Do we want to give away some?
So, and if any projects out there want to use that service, reach out to me or reach out to us over at Uplift Art or the Uplift World, and we can hook you up. It's not for individuals, but for trusted projects. I think, you know, Anders has maybe used it once, twice, or how to look at it.
Yeah, it's for like giving out a few NFTs, not for doing large airdrops.
Yeah. So, like you said, you use Bounty Block mostly because that's more of like an industrial level type of a service, right?
Well, it depends on really kind of what you're looking for. Hopefully my internet lag getting bad, but so like, and I have talked to, I love Dimitri and the crew over at Bounty Block. So they kind of try to give the tools to do what I call ad hoc, you know, okay, I want to go in and trigger a airdrop for these templates for these people, you know, with these types of whatever. but it's obviously not industrial level as you would call, although it can do it. But when you start getting into scheduled sends or big bulk sends, or even not having to drive the bus, so to say, is that there are other tools and services that are popping up for that. I think Dimitri may add that service to the Bounty block, but AW Butler is one that we're doing and able to automate really anything you want off of any chain. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, if anybody needs some help doing any of that, happy to help working with a lot of the projects around the ecosystem. So hit me up on Telegram or I'm around.
Cool. What's next?
Life.
I think, well, we can do anything we want, but I think it'd be cool. I know you had some bullshipples memes that maybe we could show off. Like there's some pretty cool memes. And I also wanted to ask Anders. I think this question was answered, but I might have missed it. It might have cut out. The piñata thing that you showed everyone, like, is it possible to put videos up on there as well, or is it just images?
Anything you want.
Okay, great.
Nice. Yeah, and not only do I want to show these off, we want to give some of these away this morning. Our friend Martian Bullshipples has made a pretty. I think this is going to be a pretty popular NFT among the uplift. We're waiting to get into the server crowd. That feeling when you're waiting for your passport to the uplift, and he's really good at. He buries text in them. Starship Enterprise, PRIZE, get it? Like the poster, which is just a poster, and the uplift launch pad. So it's sort of an apocalyptic, landscape with an old space shuttle on it, uplift logo on the fuel tank. So this is and he does most of these on his phone, which makes me crazy because I couldn't even do this with Photoshop. Had I had a license, it would be tough for me to make something this good. So that's the only one I can show off this morning, Jimmy, because the other one has information about the upcoming announcement, and I am not at liberty to talk more about that, except to say Chicken Ka will be making a really big announcement before the next land sale. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so let's give some of those away because I think that's cool. And Corey talks about Martin a lot, and you've talked about him a lot as well. But you'll see some of his memes in the Uplift World Telegram channel. If you go in there and follow him, and he's awesome too, right? Like Anders, I don't know, you should get in touch with him because you guys would be peas in a pod because I think you guys really both excel at kind of the gamification aspect of it, and he really likes to do that. Like he'll ask questions like you do and give them out. So
yeah, he's extremely generous. Like he made a really amazing offer to us to enable us to do really good work in the world. And he's basically setting us up with the means to have a charity fund, and he handed us the keys. So the 7 Chicken Ka elders are going to be able to determine, who gets help. And that's a weighty thing. That's a serious matter. And we're pretty excited that he's helping us with that opportunity. So Marty is, he definitely belongs in the uplift world.
Nice.
All right. So do we want to put, how do you do this?
We might showcase some stuff a little bit later as well too, but I kind of wanted to do something. For those of you that don't know, Corey and I did a rapid fire episode, and I quite had fun, because I'm a little bit long-winded, so I like to, focus. And I thought what we could do here is
Jimmy, I got to tell you, I got a 10-minute hard out here because Corey's going to be at Starbucks near me in 10 minutes, and I haven't seen him in like 6 months, so I definitely want to drive up to Starbucks and see.
No problem. And Greg, you can drop off anytime you want. I can. We don't need to leave the stream run all night long until Corey wakes up in the morning anymore because I kind of.
All right, but let's do this. Let's make a plan for me to transfer these to people. So if you get some wax accounts, let me know.
And we'll so we can just scroll through and send them out, I guess.
Right on. So I'll get to that a little later in the day, guys. I'm sorry, but I got to go run see my buddy. I haven't seen him in months, and I miss him. You guys may not know this. We have a relationship long beyond and before the Uplift, and I miss my pal. He used to live here in town. He doesn't anymore, so I got to go see him.
Yeah, go see him. Thanks, Greg. It was really good to see, through the eyes of a beginner NFT creator, and we're glad we had Anders here to like teach you some new stuff as well.
Sure things, guys. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us this morning, and I'll see you on the internet. So cool. I keep the internet over there, so that's my point.
See you, my man.
My internet is below my table.
So I thought I wanted to ask like a few questions and just see what you guys thought, because I like these kind of rapid fire things, because like they're kind of like first come first answer. So without pre-planning. So I kind of want to do like a sideline, like basic, let's just ask some questions and see what things pop into your head, right? So first question, best animated NFT. What do you think?
Mine.
Yeah, I'll go with that. No, I like the Celestial Horrors. That's what the Alien World Celestial Horror Dimension Shining is kind of cool.
We're talking about like digital goods. You know that, right? Like not what you do in your free time.
This is, I don't think y'all understand. Anders and I, we're block producers. We live in this world. This is our day job.
I just not sure if Celestial Horrors is PG-13. That's all I'm saying.
Horrors.
I think I applied to share my screen, and if you show it, I will show one of the cleanest animated NFTs that I've seen on Wax. This guy makes like Roar is also making awesome animated NFTs, but this guy is making awesome NFTs, and he's selling them in drops for 2 and 4 wax, like 5 wax. It's like it looks like there's a lot of work put into this. For me, from what I understand, it is a lot of work put into this.
Yeah, I mean the 3D aspect is really cool, right?
So this is made by the Crypto Skull, and if you go in, he has like he uses the same template for a lot of things, but he he's making them really, really nice looking, and he does some different types of animation. So this guy is really sweet.
Yeah, and I think we're
in the NFT space.
And I think we're gonna see like a lot of really interesting things when we finally get these like 3D.
Look, this is the best one.
How do I not have one of those?
That is pretty.
Because you were not on the WeChat AMA.
That's true. I was probably on an Uplift call or BP and Chill. What do we call this series?
Yeah, so this is the one that I gave away at this call.
Yeah, I mean, and those are pretty cool. I personally like. My best animated NFT isn't as nearly as animated as those, but I really like the Bitcoin Origins ones personally. Like, I think that those are really cool. And the art is just fantastic.
They're good.
Not spinning like that. Second question. What is your all-time, well, not all-time because we've only been at it for like a year, but like the most unique NFT series that you've seen in the ecosystem?
Most unique. In case of art, I really love the horrors. Their work is really high quality, and the community is great, and that's an addition. By uniqueness, I don't know. There's so many to choose from. There's a lot of.
That's it. I mean, all of them. They all have their own unique. I mean, that's why they made their strand or whatever, right?
But that's all about perspective, right? So that's why I think this is interesting, because different people will think about different things. So, you got something, Michael?
I don't know. All these collections are running through my head.
For me,
I'll give Lisa a shout out. She's always trying to create NFTs and give away coffee and use them for the greater good. So
that's a good call,
unique. Then she's not making money; she's trying to give away money with hers versus probably everybody else.
Yeah, that's a good call. And for me, honestly, like it was the first Blockchain Heroes series. Like, I think the idea of like taking all of those icons and giving them like a mythology and putting the superheroes on there, that was pretty cool. Also, to be honest, like the ones that the .gems guys did, where they did like the actual pictures of what was it? What was that series called? We had them on the show. They did the photos, and then it was like a comic book. I'm totally missing a blank. Sorry? Van City. Yeah, like that was just a really interesting, unique concept. Like the idea that you could actually put a photo into an NFT, I thought was really cool. And like I never really thought about that. Best this one's a really loaded question, and I'm totally gonna plug it because I've got no choice. Best NFT music video, because they're pretty much all coming from the same place.
Elon Musk.
Do those exist? I didn't know those existed.
No, he made one. Yeah, I don't think we have a lot to choose from here, do we?
We don't have a lot to choose from.
But I don't know, like there is a few from the Uplift series.
Yeah, there is. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and there's
the Bull was cool, but I think like the Valentine one was really cool when you actually sit down and watched it. When on the live stream with Blue, when we watched it, and he gave his story behind it and everything, that added a lot of value to the video when you understood it in a new way.
Yeah, the Tiamo one, the Tiamo one was interesting. For me, it was I'm Not the Bubble. However, the other one that they did with the Mr. Spaceman, I'm gonna get myself into trouble here a little bit, and I do apologize for this, but you know, Mblu's Mblu, and he does awesome things. But there was another version of that Mr. Spaceman one that I saw before it was an NFT. That had some animation, like some animation behind it. And my daughter used to love watching it. And I actually showed it in my class once, and I kind of had to turn it off because there was a couple like really risque poses there, and I wasn't sure if it was like, okay to show that. But if you go find Mblu on Emanate, you can find the original, thing that he did for that song before he took his own art and he did it. But definitely worth a watch. If you could shout out any NFT right now in today's day and age, obviously it doesn't have to be on Wax. It could be anywhere. What would it be?
Whoa! Any NFT.
I mean, going to change on a weekly basis, probably, right?
Yeah. For me, the ones that has most impact on me is the Alien Worlds lands. They were the first really fun utility NFT, and they are still holding secondhand market value. They are still attractive. People want them. There's 14,000 players right now in Alien Worlds, and that is after they banned a shit ton of bots. Which is very nice.
Correct. There's a lot of people play it. I mean, it's really taken, and that was going to be my thing as well, because I mean, it really got us heavily involved with the next level of showing what Wax and NFT, blockchain and all that, and NFTs can bring to games, and then even kind of, I think. Not inspired, but proof of concept, even some of the concepts for Uplift, the land ownership, and it really snaps into, well, I don't know if it really snaps into people's head, but once they can eventually grasp the concept of digital real estate, but you own it, and then you see somebody buy it, sell it, whatever, and that it's taken it to that next level to truly show the assets in game are owned and branchable to other platforms. Maybe our planet and staking, but there could be any side game pop up that says if you have these NFTs, you can do whatever. So really excited about the Alien World and how it's bridging and almost pushing the next level of blockchain gaming features. Hopefully, we're here to help.
Yeah.
So we're pushing on an hour, but if it's okay with you guys, if you guys got time, I'd like to ask you each one more question because I want your expertise on these two things. So I've got different questions for Michael and for Anders, actually. So I think I'm gonna ask Michael first, if that's okay, Anders.
Yeah.
If you got time. So Michael, could you just talk a little bit on the animation potential of NFTs and how that's all looking and what applications that might potentially have in the future?
I don't know. I mean, I've started to see some interesting uses of animation. You know, even was it Street Fighter, the one that has the same card that has different animations that just kind of, you know, do the different ranges. I guess Alien Worlds does it as well with borders and whatnot. So it really allows you to take one asset and create multiple versions of it and be, you know, popping. You know, this is the standard image, and then this is a little bit better version of it, or a spin on it, or psychedelic, or whatever, right? It also gives a little bit, you know, you're seeing these NFTs like Anders showed that give it more depth, give it more, I don't know, real world feel. You know, imagine a trophy as opposed to a picture of a card of a trophy. You know, you see it spinning around and light gleaming off of it. You know, I mean, as an asset, that I think fires a few more endorphins versus just some, you know, random card. Anyway, that's probably my short answer, I guess.
No, I like it, and I think, like, for me, so if there's anywhere out there in the audience that is like, you know, an animation genius and a blockchain genius, like, and you want to work for free, talk to me, because I can make, like, I'm gonna skip right over 2 or 3.0. Like, I'm gonna make, like, I have an idea for, like, comic books like 5.0. And it involves animation, it involves, like, building, and involves, like, piecing things together, but I'm just a guy on the internet, so I don't have those technical capabilities.
I'm waiting in line on the Jim's crew. Like I said, you remember, I don't know if you saw, but they had a contest that was taking a chestahedron and
yeah,
you know, customizing it, and then they're turning it in. And I was like, look, I don't really have, you know, the wherewithal to participate in the contest, but I would love to make an EOS USA version of that. So I'm waiting patiently in line to get them to make me an EOS USA spinning chestahedron. I was like, I'll pay for it. But yeah, like I say, is that those animations, I think, can really kind of take it to the next level and just get that eye pop. But yeah, it's hard to find them to work for free.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'll profit share with you. That's cool. But yeah, like I've got some, ask anyone, like, anyone of any of the teams that I'm on, and they're just like, we don't know how to do that. Like, we got to find somebody to work for free. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So, but anyway, like, Anders, my question for you then, which is, I think, really something that I think about a lot, because I think about how this could be life going in the future, how crypto could be life, how you know, Bitcoin could be life. I mean, it is life for you know, Michael and you as well, as block producers, right? And as a content creator, but it's a little bit different for the general public. So my question for you is, can you talk about maybe the potential of NFTs in terms of A, marketing, and B, promotional aspects? Now that goes like for your channel as well, you use it for promotional, but like even deeper, I mean, how could real world businesses use it? Things like this. Do you have any ideas on that kind of aspect and the future, you know, let's just say hashtag 5 times bullish potential?
The short answer is I have been working on an article on this for months. The long answer is a little bit more interesting. Like, if I just gonna name drop a few areas where I think we will see NFTs go as a start to start the conversation. I mean, right now in the mainstream media, all we see is collectibles. And we started to see game items. And game items is awesome because you can now own items in a game. A new game can take those items and incorporate them in their game to gain the user base from the last game. So like all the Alien World NFTs, a new game could implement them in their game, to attract the users from Alien World and thereby get users that are invested in their game. That is a great way to attract new users, and that is just a matter of time when we see that, because NFTs are free as long as you do not market that or like change anything of the NFT. That should be 100% okay. I'm not a lawyer or anything, but like I own an NFT. If anyone allows me to import that NFT in another game, that is fine. If they take that NFT and use that and design it into something new, that is not okay. But they can use that NFT to give stuff inside the game, like, okay, I own this land on Alien Worlds, therefore I own land in Minecraft. That is one way to gain new users. Or I own this sword in Alien Worlds, now I get this cool buffer of my sword inside this new game. Or I own this NFT of Alien Worlds, and therefore I get a new NFT inside this game. There are many ways to do this that doesn't infringe on individual properties or intellectual properties in any way. But what I see for mainstream is we have tickets. That is the most obvious one. Anyone can understand why a ticket is an NFT. The seating right at the front of the event has a higher value than at the back of the event. The VIP seating has a bigger, cooler price. There's much more benefits for it. You pay more money for it, but they are all going to the same event, the same time. They are exactly the same thing. The only thing that is different is their serial number and the seating, exactly like an NFT. So tickets are the best thing for an NFT because anyone can verify that is a real NFT, that it is a real ticket. The person buying it, the person selling it at the door, they can make sure that it's the correct collection, the correct NFT. People buying it on the secondhand market can easily verify that it is the correct one. All of these are perfect for NFTs. You can use NFTs for keys into something. You just scan a QR code and then you're inside it. That could be an event. It could be a website. It could be a feature on a website. You can have software rights as an NFT. So you sell the rights to the software instead of having the old CD keys that you used. And now everyone pay monthly for shit, and I hate that. But what you can do is you can buy a key for a software or whatever, and then you can sell it later to someone else and they can continue using it. And the software can take a market cut on that second-hand trade. Game keys, the same thing there. Certificates, now you can prevent fraudsters from creating certificates of education and whatever. Diplomas, same thing there. Now you can verify that your doctor actually has the diploma that he claims he has, or your personal trainer. Domain names, anything that you own, memberships, subscription, rewards, event passes, rebates, rights to owning certain things. Like, okay, I have rights to ownership of, I don't know, resources in some application, game, real world situation. We have coupons, redeemables, real estate, patents, receipts, like a store. If you buy something and you want it, okay, create an NFT because then you know that it is the real thing. We have shared ownership of things. You can have something like a real estate. You can have something small like a car, whatever tiny thing you wanna create a share of, and you have shared ownership, and you can make sure that NFT only has access to something at a certain time. All of these are awesome things for NFTs, and the technology is here. You just need to implement it. That is the
answer.
Exactly. That is the long short answer, to be honest. Like subscription services, that is what I'm doing with my slices. People pay me some money to support my content instead of Patreon, or instead of subscribing to a Twitch channel where they get some emojis, they get an NFT. And when they get this NFT, they can now keep it for fun. They have a memory, they have something. If you pay for a subscription on any other service, you have nothing when the time runs out. You have absolutely zero. Even if that NFT is worth nothing, you still have a memory. You have something. And if you buy a subscription or something in the future, you might be able to sell it for someone that really collects those things. People collect all crazy things, like NFTs on the internet. So it adds a lot of value. And for any other service, you pay once. The creator gets paid once for NFTs. If you create something cool, people start trading it, you get paid over and over and over and over again. So that is the greatest incentive for any creator. And I mean, if Twitch start to implement NFTs instead, it will be a game changer. And
yeah, I think you make a really good point there, right? Like with NFTs, you are your own middleman.
you can be if it's done correctly, like it's done on Wax.
Yeah, and so if you haven't figured this out, you know, us on this channel, we come on here with NFT Game Day on Friday, which you know, oftentimes Anders has been a big part of, or Media Moguls, and we do our theme content shows with experts, and there's a reason that Anders has been on the show, and Michael as well, and there's a reason that Anders has been on the show multiple times. Like, he knows what's up. If you want to know about NFTs, what you need to do is you need to go over to anyobservation.com. You need to follow his links from that website. I can tell you the other links, but just follow them from there because it helps his SEO, right? Go to anyobservation.com, follow his link to the YouTube. He puts out great content, videos, as well as, you know, coverage of live events. I know you did the Street Fighter coverage. You've done like the Tiamo coverage, things like that. And also go over to his Medium blog because, you know, he writes up a storm over there. So yeah, if you need to follow someone who knows what's going on, you just got like the 3-minute long short version, long version, whatever it was longer than like most people could you know, fathom. And still make sense, because like you didn't even touch on the stuff that I think is awesome. Like what I think is awesome is like all of that stuff as well. But like I totally think that like advertising should all be done in NFTs. I think that like personally, you could run the whole world on NFT advertising, whereby you create an NFT that's going to play on a giant billboard, and every single time that plays one time in Times Square, the amount gets released back to the person who created it. And after, you know, 10 views or 20 views or whatever the contract stated, it's like Mission Impossible where it self-destructs. I mean, you're not going to see it blow up. It'd be really cool if you did, but you're not going to see it blow up, but it's just going to self-destruct and it's gone. And we have all of these, like you said, all of these things that make real world business, especially, so much more, you know, efficient, right? You talked about fractionalization, like of real world assets, like to be able to buy things. Like, it's funny because I told my non-blockchain friend about this, and I said, you know, you could buy a house in Malibu, California. You could put like, you know, you could put a bunch of, you know, money into this NFT that basically acts as shares in this house. And he's like, okay, I just have one question, you know? I'm like, okay, what's your question? He's like, who lives in the house? Is it the one with the most NFTs? I'm like, I don't know, man, but that's a really good question. But
no, they get the rental fees from the one that lives in the house.
Yeah, they get the rental fees, right?
No, but really, what I touched upon before is just what it can do, but what real people can do with this is what is happening in the Uplift world. Well, you can own land. People walk in your land, you earn money. You play the game, you collect things in the game. A real world economy starts to prosper. You start to trade. You grow wheat. You trade that wheat for some wood that you want from another player, and then another player, like on the side, because you're not allowed to do this inside Minecraft. You start to trade these on the side by peer-to-peer, and you start to make money by selling things outside of the game for real world currencies. That is something that I'm sure will grow out of the Uplift world, where people will do peer-to-peer trading through smart contracts and things that is outside of the game, but is part of the game economy. And then people can start to play, and they can start to build things inside a video game, and they can start to hire people to build things inside a video game. And you can run a business playing video games. And this is not something new. World of Warcraft, people have been living to mine and playing these games. There is a lot of people that has done that, and that is just the beginning. Because now with true ownership of assets, you can start to acquire NFTs as assets. You play games and then you start to sell them. You level up characters' assets. You sell them as NFTs to other people. You build something cool in Minecraft, not using creative mode, Michael. And then when that is done, you sell it to someone else. And you can do it again.
Creative mode. It's still creative.
Yeah, it is. I just love giving you a hard time.
Always.
Yeah, I think it's great. So, but we should probably wrap this up. We've been going for quite a bit, and I know you guys are busy. Also, I'll throw that out there. Michael has been putting out, his team has been putting out quite a bit of content. So there's been a couple videos that have been released in the last couple weeks about what's going on with EOS USA. Hop on into their YouTube channel as well, and over to their website and check it out. We'll be back tomorrow. For our next edition of DACATHON. As you all know, we're not doing our regular shows this week or next week. What week is it? I'm not sure.
This week.
This week. It's this week, yeah. Thank you all for joining us. And
if I am not mistaken, I have a show tonight on my channel as well about creating NFTs.
Awesome.
I am very confused today, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We've been doing this for so many days. It's all a blur.
And I've seen you in the comments all night, so I'll just address that. You're more than welcome. I'm happy that you got into Alien Worlds, number one. Number two, yes, Greg will send out the NFTs, some of the NFTs, Bullshipples ones, and maybe some Jenner EOS ones as well, to people who have dropped their comments in here. So thank you all for joining us, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side tomorrow.
And in the Uplift world.
And in the Uplift world. And on any observation land. And over on, well, not quite yet, but someday
the theme park.
Over on the Flying Pig roller coaster.
Yeah, I was about to say,